Ah, nothing like the sound and smell of fresh diesel in the morning. Morning, everyone. Eric here from the Matic Fanatic. Hope you guys are doing well. Got the naughty bus running right now. Got to start it up every once in a while, so I'm not driving it a whole lot. Guys missed a previous video. I did a little test run of paint with all my products and procedures to see how well that worked on metal. And today, officially, we're going to paint the naughty bus. And we're going to... It's going to be a lot of work. This is my project. Wayne has left, and I think Diana's going to be leaving too, so I'm going to be stuck here in the desert for a little bit. Doing my own thing, painting the bus. First thing we got to do, well, sand. Rough up the entire surface, but all of these reflective tape things have to come off with my heat gun. So I'm going to get extension cord. Start seeing how well those come off. And if that goes well, I'll start roughing up the surface with sand. Thanks for joining me, guys. I will be uploading this video with some connecting internet. Check out the video description below for unlimited high-speed internet. So long, yellow bus. I can't wait. And again, if you missed my video, I will link it in the video description for where I did my paint test, that little turquoise swatch right there on metal. That will replace all of the yellow on my school bus. The black will remain the same. Let's get those reflective tape strips off. All right, let's try low first. Because this will be really brittle here in cold quartzite. This is going to be the tedious part. Yeah, I should wear gloves. That's coming. It's just really hot. Eric, wear some gloves. It's coming. This tape is just very brittle over the years. It's coming though. I do have one other method, and that would be the Wonder Wheels that I got that you put on a drill and you basically just sand it and carve it off. It is coming off in one good piece though. That worked very well. Yeah, it's incredibly slow going and very tedious. You just can't go too fast, otherwise you won't get it hot enough and then it'll crack and break and then you got to pick it. So just be really, really patient and try to keep an even layer of heat, and I think that's the best way to do it. I will figure out how to get all the adhesive off later, but very rewarding at the very end to have a full strip of this without having it break on you. Yes, a little more to go. Well, I did start working on the other side for a little bit, and then I realized, let's just do one side at a time here. So, I have finally finished the passenger side, and I had to get up around the door. Didn't realize that the whole emergency door had it. But I'm noticing something as I'm working on the compartments down here. It's important to note, these compartments, they're not steel like the rest of the bus. These are aluminum. That's why there's no rust behind this bus color that's already come off. There's no rust because it's aluminum. But they didn't prime this bus at the Thomas place where they build these in North Carolina. They didn't prime it. They put paint right onto bare metal without priming. I know that because I can literally take the paint off and see the bottom there's the paint, there's the aluminum, there's no primer in it. And so like for here, for instance, this was a thin strip of reflective tape. And as I'm heating it and pulling it off, the paint is coming off with the Reflectix. Interesting, right? Okay, so I may take all of the yellow off all 4 of these doors, all the yellow, and get straight to the aluminum so that I can prime it and then paint it instead of taking chances. Because it did not stick. It's not holding up there. Secondly, with the sticky adhesive, I've tried a couple different things. The best thing that's working is not here. Oh, it's over here. The goof off stuff. But I mean, I am literally almost out of this on one tiny little section. So I'm down to like a quarter of this left, and this is $11. And all I've got is this section and this section. This section's not quite done. This section is the only piece that's done. And this took me, I'm not even kidding you, it took me, Diana, and Randy a half an hour to get 4 inches of no adhesive. So, right now, I'm on pace to finish getting all the adhesive off by November of this year, if I work 8 hours a day. I sanded off the other decals there with the grinder wheel. All of this still has adhesive on it. I quit, I haven't done the door yet here, and I've got the whole back. I'm telling you this for a reason, so you can get on my thinking. All around the window, the whole top part there. The entire side corners of the bus have it here. So I say I'm done here because I tried something. I got my sander out. You already know where I'm going with this. I didn't take this piece off. I sanded it. I sanded it right down so that it has smooth edges. I hear somebody else sanding behind us. To prime it and paint right over this. So, and I decided I am going to split this video up because there are so many different components to painting this bus, and we are only left with about 2 hours of daylight here today. So, maybe like 2 or 3 videos. I don't know. I've still got to fix all this adhesive I already took off, which is going to keep me very, very busy. And then the rest of it on the other side, I'm going to sand all these little strips. I'm going to take this one off because I want to redo these compartment doors. Sand those and the rear. Sand all of these strips here. Okay? Take off the emergency exit. Start scuffing this bus. That's what we're going to do. So, in the meantime, I wish I hadn't taken all these off. I wish I hadn't done that because this was a pain. Here, I'll show you how it goes. I'm not sure if you can see that this is still adhesive on the camera and this is not. This part I've smoothed out. But here's the process. You can't use a rag because as soon as I get this wet with goof off and try to stick this, the whole rag just won't move. It's just stuck to the bus. It's bad, guys. But here's what works. Scraper. I'm not kidding you. I don't know any other way to do this. After a while, you'll start getting some on the tip of the blade, but you're just scratching the heck out of it, moving it around. But we're not done, because now I'm going to go back to that rag. Actually, here, let me show you this. All of this here. See all that on the tip? That's all adhesive on the tip right there. So then, and you have to do it before it dries. It's already dried. Like you'd think. I'm just gonna use the last bit of this just to show you because I honestly don't know what I'm gonna do here just yet. This might be the absolute worst part of this whole bus situation since I started. And it's done. So you hack away at a little 2-inch spot for half an hour. And all that does is fill all the adhesive with dirt. And even that doesn't do anything. That is absolutely incredible. I know why people quit and sell their buses partially converted. I know why. Let me get back to you. This I did 10 minutes ago. Here's the strip of adhesive. Here's the part I didn't even sand it. I still got to sand this part. Oh. I'll primer right over it. That's 2 coats of primer. Up here is normal. Down here is where the adhesive was at. Yes, you can see a line between them. I can sand that part out. And that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do instead. Okay? All right. Well, good chilly morning to you guys. It is the next day. Had to actually stop work a little earlier last night because out of basically nowhere, just like Taterland, it started raining in Quartzsite. For the first time, well, maybe the second time. We got a little bit of a drizzle last month, but really it's been a very, very dry season here in Quartzsite, and we are getting more rain today. I'm still gonna work in the rain, but yesterday, it amazed me how comfortable I'd gotten out here with keeping tools and bits, and besides the Honda motorcycle, scooter, everything of value had to go in there. You know, there's just a lot of electronics and stuff. So all my tools had to go back inside, which meant I had to stop working a little earlier than I wanted to. And we are supposed to get some more rain today. So yeah, this project is not going to get done in one video. Plus, I need to go make a trip, guys. I need to go take care of the kitties to get them neutered. I cannot believe that it has actually been 7 months and my appointment is coming up, but it's not here in Quartzsite. So that's going to be kind of a complicated mess. Of course, I'm going to vlog my next video with you anyway. Or maybe I'll skip it and show it later and keep working on I don't know. We'll see. But in the meantime, I have one project to finish this video and to finish this day, and that is to rough sand everything on this bus. But a friend of mine had an idea for me. And so now I'm going to do a practice one. I'm considering taking off all of the bump rails. They're just Phillips screws. I mean, there's a lot of them. But instead of taping off this one, this one, this one, that one down there, instead of taping around them, getting my drill, bzz, 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 pulling them off, setting them on the ground, and then I'll just tape the windows when we paint. Just tape the windows and the roof line, and then everything gets rolled on. That makes sense? Yeah. I think that is a viable option. I'm gonna figure it out at the end of this video and let you know. First, I want to rough sand the entire bus. Both sides, front, back. Got a lot of work to do still today. Actually, before I start sanding again, wouldn't it be easier to test my theory of taking off these ribs first? That way I don't risk sanding any part of the glossy part of the rib. Let's see how easily these come off. Okay. And then I'll just save all these screws. I mean, that's coming off pretty darn easy. Oh. That's what I was worried about. Crap. It's like flashbacks of the ceiling, right? Yeah. We're gonna put that in and pretend like we never even brought that up, Eric. Because yeah, every fifth one's gonna get stripped. Never mind. Never mind. Back to sanding. I spent a little more on the sandpaper than I probably needed to, but these are those ones that don't clog. They have airflow through them, and you can see right through them. And then they go on this other piece that you put on your orbital sander, like that. And then it allows it to breathe so that it's anti-clogging. I don't know, it's the first time I've ever heard of it, but that's what we're sanding with. Don't know how long each one's gonna last, but I think I've got a 50 pack. And then, oh, I need to remember to drain the bag. That's a lot of yellow in there. It has just started to sprinkle here in Quartzsite. Camera's getting a little wet there. It smells so strange. We just have not had anywhere near the amount of rain that we had here last season. So I'm at a pretty good stopping point. All I've got to do is the back. If you look down this way, everything is roughed up and sanded. So things like taking off the cover of the outlet, I'm going to be taping around all my lights mostly. This has got to come off, these Thomas plates, because you've got yellow inside the letters. So I got to find out how that's attached. There's also one here on the front, right there, that's got to come off. But yeah, next step, this is why Diana and I are going to actually be driving the bus away and taking a little bit of a vacation. I knew this process was going to take some time, but we need to go to a freaking car wash. And it's gonna cost some quarters to wash this sucker, I'm telling you. Then after we wash it, gotta let it sit and dry so that all the water comes out of all these ribs, because you can't paint in case water drips down. Then I got the acetone to try to take off any more of that yellow stuff on there. Then 2 days of taping, probably. I mean, I can remove the lenses here, the lenses on top, the license plates, stuff like that, but taping around the rubber there, you know, taping around all of the ribs, because I'm not taking the ribs off. The windows, all got to be taped, because this is going to be rolled on. The sides need paint. A lot of taping and prep work. I think I underestimated it, saying it was going to be a week of work. We're probably looking at a total of 2 weeks. So, although I do want to edit this video and get it uploaded, there's going to be some other filler videos. Not really filler, there's going to be other videos that I upload of my life while I'm still working on painting the bus. And then eventually here, before I leave this season, it'll be done. Rain smells good, and we need it to keep the dust down. So, we've started, we've begun, it's gonna happen. Thanks for joining me, guys. See you in a couple days. Bye-bye.